is called Maharaj, the great king in our order, and he is also a Sadguru, the real Guru, the true Guru. It's a fascinating story of his life. Before Sri Ramakrishna could meet him personally, he saw him 3 times in a vision. The first time when Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in the Panchavati, in a vision he sees a boy. Second time, also, the Divine Mother brings a small child and puts it in his lap. This is your son. And you are horrified. Me? How can I have children? I'm a monk. So no, this is your spiritual son. The mind-born son, as you say. And the third time, when Sri Ramakrishna saw in a vision, floating on the Ganges, on the Ganga, was a 1,000-petal lotus. And on that, 2 young boys are dancing. With anklets on their... If those who have been to India, those who have seen this kind of dance, oh, it's so captivating. The rhythm and the jingling sounds and oh. One of the boys was Sri Krishna and the other was the boy who would be Swami Brahmananda. And on that same day, Brahmananda arrived at Dakshineshwar and Sri Ramakrishna recognized him. This is that boy. So we have Sri Ramakrishna praying to the Divine Mother to send him someone whom he can relate. We all want to relate to people. And depends on what level you are, you will relate to people on that level. And Sri Ramakrishna's huge spirituality needed somebody who could receive it. It's very difficult. That huge spirit with that capacity. So Mother had brought him, this boy. Rakal Chandra Ghosh was born on January 21, 1863 in Shikra Kulingram, that's 36 miles northwest of Calcutta, the major metropolis then. His mother, Kailash Kamini, was very devout and devoted to Krishna. She named him Rakal, the cowherd boy of Vrindavan, the playmate of Sri Krishna. She died when Rakal was 5. At 12, his father Ananda Mohan, he brought Rakal to Calcutta for further studies. And there in the gymnasium, he meets Swami Vivekananda. They were both of the same age, almost the same age. And they became very good friends. They studied in the same school. They grew up together. They came to Sri Ramakrishna together. And the whole story was kind of another. We'll reserve it for another time, another place. That's another incomparable relationship between these two great souls. So Swami Brahmananda was born, Rakal Chandra Ghosh was an Ishvara Koti. That is, Ishvara Sadrishya. Like, God-like. It's not like the ordinary Babajis. Right? God-like. When Sri Ramakrishna told Swami Vivekananda he has a keen intelligence of a king, and we call him Maharaj. Everybody calls him Maharaj. But where is his kingdom? He asked, what kingdom? When the order started, it was so poor. It lacked even basic amenities, basic necessities. What kind of kingdom he is ruling? That is what is the topic of this, you can say, talk. Now, Sri Ramakrishna himself, see, he is called the Bhava Rajya Raja. He is a king of the realm of Bhava. Now, the word Bhava itself has got so many meanings. Why? They could have used one word, one meaning. But in English also you find one word has multiple meanings. That is because this word has been used for centuries and centuries, millennia. And a host of meanings have been attached to that word. So what we get today is bhava. But to make it kind of clear, it's a vast spiritual realm. It encompasses all the past, the present and future. It is the Saguna Brahman, a Brahman with form. All the religious ideas, whatever were there in the past and what will be the future, are in that realm. Every idea, every thought, every word, every deed of every creature that ever lived and will ever live is embedded in that realm. So Sri Ramakrishna used to stand on the threshold of that absolute and the relative. That relative we are talking about is the realm of the bhava. That vast existence. It's a subtle existence, the spiritual existence. Now he was the king there. Can you imagine? Such a vast realm. It is a place where avatars come from. And when he is a king of that realm, now he is the king of that realm, and he made Rakhal the king of this realm. This realm. What this realm? There is nothing, there is no kingdom at all. There is a meaning to it. See, what happens is he had to give all his spiritual treasures and relate to somebody. In fact, he made Swami Brahmananda the prince also of that realm. Because Rakhal Maharaj was his mind-born son, born from the level of bhava. So, Swami Brahmananda inherited all that great spirituality of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna represented what? The great spirituality of all the ages. And that can be represented only by God himself. When God takes a form, a name and form. Otherwise it's not just possible to represent the whole of that realm, to rule that realm. So we have Sri Ramakrishna here. And with Sri Ramakrishna, and that's another story for another time. It was such a relationship. Oh my God. Rakhal Maharaj, Swami Brahmananda, used to behave exactly like a little baby with Sri Ramakrishna. He used to go and sit on his shoulders, sit on his lap, and play and, frolic about like Sri Ramakrishna was his mother and father and everything. But looking at this externally, yes, a young boy, grown-up boy. He was quite grown-up and he used to exercise. He was tall and strong, big also. And imagine he's, playing with Sri Ramakrishna like a little child. Sri Ramakrishna also encouraged him. Slowly we see him injecting all that spirituality in Rakal, Raja Maharaj, making him ready to take on the role of a prince of this bhava, this rajya, this kingdom of this bhava, this realm, spiritual realm. And when we say he is the Raja, he is the Maharaja, he is the Raja and Maharaja of that realm. Not some small center this and center that and this and that. We have actually inherited this realm through Sri Ramakrishna to Swami Brahmananda. So we are also partakers of this realm. Now where is this realm? You know, it's saying somewhere, it should be somewhere around. No, it's here. Swami Brahmananda's disciple, Swami Nirvanananda, whom towards the very end, he consoled him saying, why are you weeping? It's all right. You will have the knowledge of Brahman. I bless you. That Swami Nirvanananda one time was asked by a disciple about, Sri Ramakrishna being in Belur or no. Is he present in Belur? So Swami Nirvanananda, he tells this inquirer, well, you see this whole of Belur Math? Yeah, I live here. Yeah, you live here. There is another Belur Math of complete spirituality. It's hidden within this external Belur Math. It exactly is in shape and form and size and everything, this Belur Math. Those who can enter into that real Belur Math, that realm of the bhava, it's called, it's condensed spirituality. They will be able to see Sri Ramakrishna. There it is. So hidden within this world itself is the realm of this bhava. The whole realm of the bhava is nothing but like a vast ocean, and we are like bubbles on it. It's everywhere. It is that which is actually guiding our lives. This also, with the Ramakrishna incarnation, that's a speciality. Ramakrishna has emphasized Brahman is here, this world, here it is. For instance, towards the very end, Swami Brahmananda is in Balram Ghosa's house. He is very ill. And he inquired, where is Shardananda? Shardananda used to spend the whole day with him and go to Udbodhan in the evening and return the next day. So some of the monks ran to Udbodhan, mother's house, and called Swami Shardananda back to Balram Bose's house, where Raja Maharaj is ill. So he's saying, Sharat, saying, I am floating on the leaf of faith on the ocean of Brahman. But my Vedanta and knowledge and everything is confused. You are a knower of Brahman. You tell me, why am I wanting to drink lemonade? So, lemonade was brought and Swami Shardananda let him have a sip. He's saying Brahman, knowledge of Brahman. Okay, you pour your lemonade in the Brahman. He's saying, I am on the threshold of the Brahman. So he was leaving the realm of the bhava and going to merge in that absolute. So he's saying, pour your lemonade in Brahman. Here we find that this realm that we see and the realm of the bhava has become one. It is through our ignorance that we have separated these two realms. And Sri Ramakrishna had come to demonstrate, here it is. You don't have to go anywhere else, but you have to go within you. And once you go within you, you enter the realm of the power. It is there you get an ingress into that vast world. And you'll see that world reflected here everywhere. It's a tremendous, it's just like you go from one dimension to another. In a twinkling of an eye. And then Swami Brahmananda is saying, oh, here is it. Can't you see? Krishna has come. He's laughing and joking. Oh, he's touching me. He's caressing me. Bring my anklets. I want to dance with Krishna. And Swami Sarvadevananda, he tells the other disciples who had come, Swami Abhedananda and Swami Shivananda, this time he is not going to be saved. His body is going to go. Because he is seeing that very vision of his real nature, of his real power, the playmate of Sri Krishna, what Sri Ramakrishna had seen. And he was in an ecstasy. And he's saying, there he again, in the state of power, dances with Sri Krishna. And that is the, you can say, the constant play, that play of power that is going on there. And towards the last, he tells Swami Sarvadevananda, Sri Ramakrishna is real. His divine play, Leela, is real. So we are today participants in that divine Leela. It's like Sri Ramakrishna has come and Sri Ramakrishna has gone. No. The world, the realm of the power is always existent. And that is percolating down, and we are also partakers of that realm and participants in that nature, that bliss, that Leela of God. So we are also in a way in the realm of power. And this is the, you can say, the central teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. You do everything, don't neglect anything. Do everything, your thoughts, words and deeds, everything counts. Because they have emerged from the realm of the bhava and they will go and again merge in the realm of the bhava, that Saguna Brahman. Nothing is lost. You are there. And in that realm, there is Sri Ramakrishna, the king of that realm. We have Raja Maharaj, Swami Brahmananda, the prince of that realm, who, as it were, has come down and trying to show us this is the reality, here and now. This idea of the world being hopeless and useless and terrifying and miserable and full of suffering, that will go off once you understand the realm of the power. And that can be understood through Swami Brahmananda. And Brahmananda will open our eyes to Sri Ramakrishna. It's like, if you want Ramchandra's vision, you can't get it like that. You have to go through an agent. We have an agent there. It's called Hanuman. So there you have to get. Here we have, when we look at his picture and we read his life, we read kind of on the surface, he went here, he practiced tapasya, this, that. As you keep on reading and absorbing those incidents in life, you will understand that magnitude of his life. It was very difficult for him to bring his mind down. He had to force his mind down. And down why? To lift us up, to show us that this realm is real and we are partakers of that bliss of that realm. This is bhava. So, we have Shri Ramakrishna Bhava Andolon, the movement of Shri Ramakrishna's Bhava. What is Shri Ramakrishna's Bhava, Shri Ramakrishna? Swami Sarvadevananda discussed it here. That he is the embodiment of all the gods and the goddesses. We say Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa, Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa, Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa. You know how many gods are there? Semi-gods are, demi-gods are there, pseudo-gods are there, all gods. He is the embodiment of this. That is, he is the embodiment of that whole realm, divine realm. That is what Sri Ramakrishna's Bhava is. And this whole realm, he condensed within himself and he brought it down. And to bring it further down, he brought his ever constant playmate, Swami Brahmananda, to enact this divine play with us. And in the succeeding ages, we will find, yes, Swami Brahmananda is always there with us. Shri Ramakrishna is always there with us. We are always there with them in the realm of the power. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. You were there in Shakrakudi ground.
Today is an auspicious day. Swami Brahmananda Maharaj's birthday. As also today is Valentine's Day, is it not? So Valentine's Day is connected with love. Swami Brahmananda's birthday inspires us to the genuine love. What is love is to be understood in the real perspective. When Swami Vivekananda left his physical body, those who were in the order, some of them are little disappointed what is going to happen, and probably there was an idea of someone leaving even the order, thinking that we got the love of Swami Vivekananda, we got the inspiration of Swami Vivekananda. Now who? It is Swami Brahmananda who expressed his idea that don't you feel the same love to us? It is that love we generated in the body of Ramakrishna, as we heard just now, is the Bhava Samrat, is the emperor in the realm of spiritual moods. As we are just hearing that it is the consummation of all the spiritual moods. Meaning any mood he expresses, Ramakrishna has experienced, and Swami Brahmananda inherited them, not by being accepted by him, but by his own sadhana also. But he knew how to love. The whole organization is said, this Ramakrishna organization, this Ramakrishna movement, it is not any other social organization. This is an organization of spirituality. And spirituality is the foundation of it. And to reach God in so many ways, as has been depicted in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, and has been demonstrated in the lives of Swami Brahmananda and direct disciples, especially with Swami Brahmananda ji, that is the foundation, and that foundation is love only. What is love? Love is unconditional. And love is not the way we understand. Someone says yes to me, I think he loves me. Sometimes people, some flatterers will be saying ha 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 ha, then I think, oh, he loves me. But it is not that love. It is the love, the genuine love, which unveils the inner potential to the divinity. And it brings, the whole organization was brought into one fold by Swami Brahmananda. Not by any other force, but by the spiritual force. That's why when you look at that eyes, when you see, what a personality can be, we don't know, we have not seen him. But seeing even his photographs, you can feel, where is he? And in that is the source of love. And that love is unconditional love, and that love makes way to the infinity, to God, and throws away all the garbage in the name of our attention, affection. This Sangha, this holy order, is actually a spiritual organization where God realization is the goal. And after Swami Vivekananda's passing away, it was such a void. This organization were going to be dwindled, as it were. But with his high spirituality and deep realization of that truth and demonstrating that truth, he actually made the whole organization in one fold. And we find that the different examples are there. Whenever there a crisis comes, that crisis he wants to overcome, not by any physical manner, but through spiritual resolutions. So, spiritual resolution means he lives in the realm of high spirituality, and wherever he moves, he creates that environment, and he brings everyone in the orbit of that, and pulling them into the upper level, the higher level of mind. What happens then? Then all the problems which are in the lower plane just dissolves. You do not have to solve it in any other physical manner, intellectually, to discuss and debate, and we do. How do we solve our problem? When anything comes, we call a meeting, we sit together, we discuss together, and then, oh, this is not this, this is that. But that was not the way of Swami Brahmananda. And that is the love here. His love is just allowing us to go above the trifles of life, but to raise in another level where this problem has no place at all. It is a place of some divine state of peace and joy. And getting a touch of that joy, then people forget what mundane things we are talking about, what mundane differences we are focusing on. Has it any value in life? And they get inspired to be spiritual and to go towards God. See, that's why Swami Brahmananda, his disciples, say how many great people came around him by his loving touch. They all perfected. And Swami Brahmananda used to say, normally we think that everything we do, we need little thanks. But thanking idea was not in the Ramakrishna order. They don't do that. They don't do that. Rather, Swami Brahmananda used to say, if I love you and I am expressing that love, then what type of love is that? You'll feel in your heart that type of love. That's why, see, even the people who were with Swami Brahmananda, apparently there is a heart side, a schooling side, where all the negativities, all the negative thoughts even that cannot be handled by themselves, they are washed away in presence of him. And he used to guide them, even he used to say, I know everything what is going on with you people. That means writing to Swami Brahmananda and others, that what is going on in San Francisco or here, I all know. That means you need not have to communicate with the letters. But he knows all these things, and from there he's pushing up. That's why Swami Brahmananda used to think that this center is Maharaj's center. He is not nobody. So anything happens, Maharaj will do. So that, where they got this conviction? They have their own experience in their life. With the love of Swami Brahmananda, they understood that the tools in the hand of this Maharaj, whose spiritual ministry is going on with all over the world. So we find that this is Swami Brahmananda, and in his presence their mind is lifted. And he was a dynamo of spirituality. That dynamo, it inherited from Sri Ramakrishna, and he revitalized in his life by deep austerity and spiritual practice. And that's why when any monk used to go and ask him for, Maharaj, I want to go for some days leave, I am working too hard. Then he said, what austerity will do? You have any capacity to do any austerity? We have done all these things. Just you do Swamiji's work or what you are doing. By that you will only realize the highest. So it's a new idea, and it's a high spiritual level where he stands and he gives his direct direction not by words only, but by his special energy which he imparts into the life of others. So we hear that how there is a monk who wanted to test Swami Brahmananda, no? To test Swami Brahmananda, say, we have heard that when holy people, with them you cannot bring any bad thought. So he stealthily sat at the back of the chair where Swami Brahmananda was sitting. And Maharaj was sitting in his absent-minded mood. And he was trying to bring all types of nasty thoughts as best as he could. Worst thought he can think of. And he continued and continued and continued. But he failed. Mind is not going to any negative thought, but to the spiritual thought only. And then after some time, Swami Brahmananda looked back and told, hey, did you succeed? This is a place where they live in such a plane. If we are in the orbit of that, mind is it. That's why even his attendant, Swami Suji Maharaj, very much known here in this country, Nirbanananda Swami, he being with Swami Brahmananda, how much time he got to meditate, but always to take care of Maharaj and other duties, he became a Brahman. And before just leaving the body of Maharaj, he called every one of his attendants and blessed everyone. Not we know very much about Nirbanananda Swami, but those who served him and was with him, blessed. That is called love. And when he was there and we used to work with him, it's very tough. If you do a little mistake, no thanks, but a good blow to correct all those things. And there is no chance of any looseness there. Correct perfectly what we done, perfect way, in perfect time, in perfect way. But that's the same time, this is the love. Love for leading us to spirituality, leading us to our eternal life, correcting in our material life. And that is the motto and mission of this great organization. And Vedanta is what we are talking. We have to see the life of this Swami Brahmananda and all the other direct disciples. What is Sri Ramakrishna is a combination of all these direct disciples and their spiritual modes and their activities. He is unfathomable. But even if you look at my Maharaj with this type of personality in his day-to-day life and action. It is actually, we are overwhelmed that how this organization has been made stronger and stronger in spirituality by their living presence. And that tradition, we get it down from their disciple to us. We saw them, we heard about them, those who have been with Maharaj, those who served Maharaj, and we had the fortune to see them. And even looking at them, we feel very much overwhelmed. What these people are, where do they get this much strength and spirituality and steadiness in their life for and love for the ideal, this whole order. They used to love the order, anything of the order, anything of the organization is a very serious thing. As if I was reading in one place that it apparently this will be a big controversy. Swami Madhavananda went one time to one center, and there was a land given to the center, and then there this neighboring person, there is a conflict, and ultimately the managing board decided that okay, we'll give up some stretch of land, say 2-3 feet, so that we will put our wall and make a separation. So they did it. And Swami Madhavananda, the General Secretary, has also, Swami, initiated by Mother, but Maharaj's influence is tremendous on him. So, and he became the General Secretary. So he went and inquired, what happened to this place? He says, yes, we have managing board decided to give away, to negotiate and finalize this. Then how can you give it? Then he said, everyone is silent. But one of the board members was sitting there. He said, Swami, you are a monk. Giving this 2 feet of land, what is that? Why did you not? Why are you putting any question in that? Then see, it will appear from the outward sense that this General Secretary, he is a very greedy person. He wants to keep the 2 feet even, not to negotiate with the neighboring people. This is the one side of it. And we will easily judge these people from that perspective. But Swami Brahmananda told, you cannot give away. It is not your property. It has been given to Sri Ramakrishna. And the donor has given with the intention for his purpose. You just cannot decide to give away this and that, disowning or dishonoring the intention of the donor. This is a different perspective. Everything belongs to Sri Ramakrishna. You are nothing, you are nobody. How to be nobody, doing everything, at the same time, you are nobody. We know that story. Baburam Maharaj in the Belur Mutt, and Baburam Maharaj is, what is that? He is the manager of the Belur Mutt. And pumpkin in those days, now even pumpkin is how much it costs. It's so cheap. And pumpkin grown, one poor man came, and Baburam Maharaj gave one piece of pumpkin. And then Maharaj got called him. Baburam Dada, elder brother Baburam, you cannot give away this thing. I am the president. Apparently, you see, oh my God, he is so egotistic. He becomes the president. Hari Baba, he is doing the garden. He is producing the thing. And a poor guy came to Belur Mutt. We are sadhus, we should give. I do not know. See, it apparently contradiction. But how they said, you cannot give it. And you know what happened, you know that story. Then, naturally, human emotion, Baburam Maharaj got so much upset and piqued. So he had that way he was going out. I will leave the Belur Mutt. And then he was going out, and suddenly he found that Ramakrishna is pulling his, there is a towel, with that towel Sri Ramakrishna is pulling him. Where are you going? My child, come back. So this is the administration. But what he is saying, we have to understand from that perspective. But if we see from our perspective, he is an egotistic, jamindar, landlord. Even on pumpkin he does not give it to the poor people. We can make hundreds and thousands of arguments. But this is a great training, it is Ramakrishna's. And you have to honor that and to dedicate totally for Sri Ramakrishna, so that to have the higher spiritual life which will be illumined, and illumination only, bhav only, as is talked out, Satyamayananda so much, bhav. And the higher spiritual mood will come to start with our, this in the plane which we are now. So in our plane, we'll have to be very diligent and think how Maharaj and others taught us to live in the world, at the same time thinking it is Ramakrishna, 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 nothing else, and to obliterate our ego and everything. So today, as I said, we pray to the Maharaj's birthday. We are celebrating it every time, every year it comes, and this is a special occasion. Again, I remember Swami Brahmananda Maharaj's statement that on this special occasion, when we do special puja, worship, and discuss like that, a special grace comes. God's grace falls upon us. A special power of their kindness falls upon us. So this is a very special occasion. I pray for that grace to be dawned upon us, so that we become spiritual, and we become the spiritual inheritor of this grand spirituality which Ramakrishna brought it for the good of the world. It's not for individual, not for any country, not for any person, not for any local, zonal, institutional people. It is for the whole world, how we can become an instrument in their hand and to have their blessings upon us. So I pray for that, and our program will be now little simple Arati and evening Vesper, and after that we will close the program. Thank you all for participating whole day, those who are online, and hope that soon situation will improve, then we can meet again when everything will be okay. Thank you. Jai.
Shiva Sarvarta Sadika Sharanya Trambaka Gauri Narayani Namostute Shrishti Sthiti Vinashana Shakti Bhuta Sanatani Gunashraya Gunamaya Narayani Namostute Sharanagata Dinarata Paritrana Parayana Sarvasharati Haradevi Narayani Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jai Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai Jai Mahamai ki Jai Jai Swami Maharaj ki Jai Jai Raja Maharaj ki Jai Jai Ganga Mai ki Jai Jai Bhagavad Bhakta Bhagavan ki Jai